We'll start off by saying yesterday wasn't that great of a day, but at least it was better than Monday. Monday we had 16 home runs, like I mentioned in last video. But it is officially Wednesday, June 24th. Just a little past midnight here on the East Coast. Still got a couple ball games going on here. We got the Braves and Padres still going around. Tatis Jr. just hit a home run to tie it up in the seventh inning. And then we got the Athletics and Giants. Uh, but yeah, kind of rough past couple days, but hey, everything will get straightened back out eventually. Appreciate all of you tuning in. As always, be sure to like and subscribe and comment on the channel. Giving you all the best insight that I can, and so let's get to it. Today we're gonna have a early slate starting at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Time with Texas against Miami. Jacob DeGrom's gonna be on the mound against Yuri Perez for Miami. Um, so we'll take a look at this game here. So DeGrom and Yuri Perez both kind of given up about 24 home runs combined for this game. I know Nimmo hit yesterday actually in this game right here. And who else? I think Jock hit too. Yeah, Jock Peterson did. And then Nimmo also had a triple. And then Owen Cassey homered, and even Hernandez homered. So, I mean, altogether, it looks like there's about 5 home runs total for this game. So, I mean, could be the same way for this game as well. So, for the expected lineups here, I always like the back to back. So, I like the lefty righty matchup for Nimmo to go back to back for this game. And some of the props might not even be out yet because, I mean, it's just past midnight here, Wednesday, June 24th. But Nemo, you can take here. Don't mind that. And then Jake Berger, the home run leader for the Texas Rangers. Like firing him up as well. So we'll take Jake Berger. Then as anyone goes for Miami, I usually like staying away from them unless I'm confident about a good long shot here. But Stowers, you can take. And then Owen Cassey for the back to back. So Owen Cassey and then Stowers here. As far as anyone else, I mean, Joe Mack, his odds are going to probably be pretty high if you take him at plus 820. So, and did I say Hernandez also hit in yesterday's game? Let's see here. Yeah, he did. So he could be another back to back if you do take him. But I wouldn't go too crazy for this game. I mean, where the Marlins play isn't necessarily my favorite stadium to bet home runs. And as you can see, the model percentage is minus 13% here. All right. Then as far as like the weather goes, no surprise here. At least for the doubleheader for Chicago and New York Mets games, the first game is possible rain or delayment. So weather doesn't look too bad altogether tomorrow. I'm sorry, today. I'm saying tomorrow because I'm not thinking it's past midnight already. But yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy this game. But yeah, Rangers are my favorites here against Yuri Perez. But DeGrom might give up a couple. I could see that. I could see this game having 3 or more home runs. So at the end of the video, I'll show all of you my top home run picks for today. But we're gonna move on to the doubleheader here. That's gonna be the Cubbies and New York Mets. All right, so Shota Almanga against Nolan McLean. All right, so Pete Crow went yesterday. So you could take him for the back to back. I'm gonna probably make that mistake a couple times, not realizing it's after midnight, saying that it's still today, but It's already Wednesday. It's not Tuesday anymore. Um, let's find this game. You know what? The doubleheader games might not even be on here, so I'm just gonna show you who I like here. So Pete Crow, and then Bush and Hap you can take, and then I think Swanson. Did Swanson hit yesterday? Let's see. I think he did. I think it was Swanson. Somebody went. I know it wasn't Horner. Yeah. Who was it? Yeah, it was Swanson. Okay, he did hit. I thought it was. So, but yeah, like I was saying, Pete Crow you can take here, Michael Bush, and Ian Happ. And then, is anyone for the Mets against Shota? He's given up like 14 plus home runs so far on the season. All right, so he's home run prone, but I don't mind Benj. I don't mind Soto. All right, and then you could play Ewing if you want. I like lefties here, but you could play lefties or righties against Shota. But yeah, anyways, but Bichette hit, so you can fire him up. He hit at the end of the game yesterday. What inning did he hit in? Let's take a look. I think he hit in the 9th inning. So yeah, I don't mind if you take Bichette. I usually don't bet him too often. So Benj, Bichette, Soto, and then Ewing if you want. You could even Semien sneaky as well as like Vientos is, but I bet the over/under is going to be pretty high for this game once they put it out. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, they don't still have nothing. All right. And yeah, like I mentioned, possible delayment or postponement for this game, so we'll keep an eye on that. Next game we got here at 2:10 p.m. is Guardians and White Sox. So Tanner Beebe on the mound has given up quite a few home runs, and Fed. So Fed will probably come in usually after. He'll probably come in like the 2nd or 3rd inning here, as he usually does. So they'll have a bullpen pitcher pitch like the first and a half, first 2 innings, however they do it. But he's been doing pretty well past couple games that he's been playing. His last start was against the Tigers. That game I went to on Friday. And Vierling had one off him, but that was the only home run that he did give up in his last start. So this game's going to be played in Chicago. So take a look. So yeah, plus 9% for home runs. Wind, they're expecting left to right here, 11 miles an hour, but good temperature, not too bad, 70 degrees. All right, so as far as this game goes, BB, how is he against the White Sox? Okay, not too bad. And then let's check out the Guardians here. So I don't mind taking Bazana today. Let's check out some odds if they're going to be posted on here. So like Bazana, you could play him if you want. But my top pick probably for the guards is going to be Rhys Hoskins. All right, I like Rhys Hoskins today. And then Manzardo, Schneemann, then Manzardo. But Hoskins is my top pick here for the Guardians. And then, yeah, we still don't know when Murakami's going to be back, so just be on the lookout for that. And Hoskins does have one against Fed, I think. Oh, wow, yeah, he's got 3 off him. He's 10 for 36, but take that as you will. He's only got 3 strikeouts against him. Stephen Kwan's got 1 against him, but Kwan's only got 1 home run on the season. So yeah, I don't mind if you take Rhys Hoskins here. So he'd be my top pick here from this game. As far as anybody against BB for the White Sox, Antonacci, I probably just butchered his name. His name's always hard to pronounce. Benintendi, and then Colson Montgomery. I don't mind. All right, I know Vargas hit today, so you could do the back-to-back. Montgomery, and then Antonacci, and then I know I mentioned Benintendi, but there he is. So this will be another decent game to target, actually. And we both have given up 30 home runs combined, so should be another good game to target, along with, the Rangers and Marlins so far. So far today, not looking too bad, but we'll see how. I mean, I'm not a big fan of afternoon games, to be honest with you. I'm really not. So, yeah, take that as you will as well. Afternoon games can be iffy sometimes. But we'll move on to this next game, which will be Boston against Colorado. So Kyle Freeland's 1-7. He's a lefty. And then Ranger Suarez is a lefty as well. So we'll take a look here. So Freeland's given up 14 home runs on the season. So, I mean, Boston hasn't really been hitting, to be honest. Let's see who hit in yesterday's games. I think Abreu did. Okay. Yeah, Willie Castro, Abreu, and then Tovar homered for the Rockies. So let's take how are the Red Sox against Freeland? Okay, Monasterio's 2 for 5 with 1 dinger. But is he even in yeah, he's in the expected lineup. So I bet his odds are pretty high. He's probably a good long shot if you want to take him. Let's see what his odds are. They'll probably be pretty high. Oh, they're not even. Oh, there he is, plus 540. When's the last time he hit a home run though? Monasterio. Oh, come on. So Kyle Freeland, Monasterio. How many? Let's see. Last time. So he's only got 2 home runs on the season. His last home run was June 5th. So, I mean, if you want to take him, take him. But I would just single him, to be honest. There's other people that are better to bet on for the slate that I've already mentioned. But yeah, I don't mind Rafaela here. And then Wilson Contreras. Nate Eaton. He always cracks me up. He's always a long shot that goes periodically. But Wilson Contreras I like. And then Rafaela. And then as far as anybody against Ranger Suarez, he's been decent on the season. How many home runs has he given up? I think it was 4. Yeah, he's only given up 4 home runs on the season. He's got a decent ERA too. But against Ranger, I don't mind Hunter Goodman here. And then firing up Tovar again for the back-to-back. Fire him up. So, this should be a decent game. As far as weather in Colorado, model percentage obviously will be high. Balls fly further in Colorado with the elevation. So, plus 28%. And the wind will be blowing out. Decent weather, 88 degrees. All right, moving on. Baltimore and the Los Angeles Angels. Is that game still going on for yesterday? Let's take a look. It might be. No, the only game that's still going on is Braves and Padres now. All right. So on the mound, we got Trey Gibson against Jose Soriano. All right, Jose Soriano's giving up 10, and then Gibson's giving up 4. I always mention, try not to jump on, your bets too early before lineups are out. And sometimes pitchers can change also. So just try to be patient. Wait till your lineups are out to place your bets. Sometimes, most of the time they'll avoid, but if you bet someone, they could come in and pinch hit as well. So, yeah, I get that you're trying to beat the odds and such, but I'm even guilty for it. So, but right here, Trey Gibson against Jose Soriano. Not really my favorite game to bet on, but you could take Gunnar here. Let's look at some odds. Yeah, you could take Gunnar Henderson here. And then Alonso is probably my top pick for the Orioles against Soriano. So Alonso. Yeah, who has Soriano giving up home runs to? Tyler O'Neill, but that's one. Tyler O'Neill hasn't hit since the beginning of the season. I think he's only got 2 home runs on the season. I'm not even taking him. Yeah, he's only got 2 home runs on the season. So he ain't getting my bet, that's for sure. But yeah, Alonso and Gunnar I like. And then as far as anybody for the Angels against Trey Gibson, he's given up 4 home runs on the season, but he was injured for a little bit, so I think this is his second start back from his injury. But I don't mind. I never mind Nito, but I would take Nolan Snell more. That'd probably be about it. Nito, Nolan Snell. Is Nolan Snell on here? Yeah, I'm not seeing him. Oh, there he is, plus 980. So that'd be a good single right there if you played Nolan Snell. But my top pick overall from this game is Alonso. And then as far as that game, weather-wise, in Los Angeles, wind blowing out, plus 8% chance of home runs in good weather. All right. Yankees against Detroit. So Scuba's on the mound. Do not like betting against Scuba, although in his last start on Friday, he did give up 2 home runs to the White Sox. So, he's still shaking. He was still shaking off the rust in his second start back from his injury. So, he could be bound to give up another one, but to the Yankees. But I don't know. I'm still not betting against them, so I prefer not to. So Ryan Weathers will be the pitcher on the mound for the Yankees, who has given up 16 home runs on the season. So hopefully today's a good day for the Tigers to win this series. Like I mentioned, they're having a pretty good June so far. Yeah, so he hasn't faced Dylan Dingler, who I do like for the Tigers today. So Dingler, Vierling is a good long shot as well. And then Torque. But Dingler's my top pick for the Tigers. And like I mentioned, I'm not taking any Yankees. So Dingler, Torque, and then Vierling here. Vierling would be a good single. All right, so round robins are the best, parlays for fun, and then you build that bankroll with your singles. All right, so that's pretty good, pretty quick cover for that game. Comerica Park, wind blowing in, 66 degrees. It looks like that we might have some rain today as well, so this could change the pink here for a delayment or postponement. So just be on the lookout for that game. But yeah, the wind's not blowing in that much. Seattle against Pittsburgh. Brian Wu against Braxton Ashcraft for Pittsburgh. So the game will be played in Pittsburgh here with the wind blowing out. Model percentage, minus 13%. So we'll take a look at this game. Brian Wu against Braxton Ashcraft. Wu's giving up 9, while Ashcraft's giving up 8. So let's take a look. We'll look at some odds for this game. So for this game, Laos kind of been cold now. So probably the moment I lay off him today, which I'm going to, but you can feel free to take him. He'll probably hit. Horwitz, you can always take as well. Brian Reynolds. All right. Usually these top 4 guys can hit. I don't think anybody for the Pirates hit today. I mean, yesterday. Let's see. Mariners won. Yeah, Cal did have a homer. It was his first one in a while. So we'll see if he starts hitting dingers now more often. We'll see. But yeah, no one hit for the Pirates, so I'm not taking any Pirates here. As far as Mariners against Braxton Ashcraft, it's been a minute since Crawford went, but I would only take Cal for that back-to-back. What's his odds? Plus 290. So that's about it for this game. Not a top favorite here. Moving on to Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Man, has Caglione been on fire, and I like him a lot again today. He has been just seeing the ball, and like we mentioned in the Discord here, he's like this year's Vinny, pretty much. Vinny Pasquantino, because Vinny hasn't really been hitting that much. So we got Griffin Jacks, who's giving up 9. So definitely at Caglione here for that righty versus lefty matchup. We'll see what his odds are. Plus 440. All right. Don't mind him. Again today. Yeah, I would only take him for Kansas City. And then is anyone... Caminaro finally went. So I'm pretty sure he did. Here, let's look at the Dinger-Ringer. So I don't have to... I'm pretty sure Caminaro did go. Because we were all talking about it. Yeah, he did. So I don't mind Caminaro for Tampa Bay. And to be honest, yeah, you could play Yandy as well, which I think he hit a home run as well. I think Yandy did. At least I thought he did. No, he didn't. I'm thinking of the Diaz for the Houston Astros. But as far as Tampa Bay Rays, yeah, you could take Yandy Diaz, but Caminaro's my top pick here. So Caglione, my top pick for Kansas City, and Junior for Tampa Bay. And then as far as weather, this game will be played in the Dome, so nothing to worry about with that. So we got Philly against Washington. This should be probably one of the top games to target here. Yeah, the over-under is going to be 9.5 runs, it looks like, for this game. The weather for this game is going to be played in Washington. Wind blowing in, 81 degrees. Model percentage. I'm surprised it's not higher than minus 3%, to be honest with you. All right. Both these guys have given up about 30 home runs combined. I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, 31. So, Schwarber got scratched yesterday. I had a Schwarber-Harper play, Schwarber-Marsh. Marsh ended up going yesterday. But as far as this game goes, I'll probably play Schwarber-Harper again today, to be honest. Play the two-man parlay. Schwarber, Harper. I even like Marsh again. But if Edmund Sosa plays, I actually like him more than Marsh. So let's take a look at some odds. Yeah, this would be a good game to target. We call Wednesdays Whack It Wednesday. So yeah, fire up Harper, and they're probably not going to show Schwarber on here because he had, I think he had tightness in his left hamstring actually. But Edmund Sosa you could fire up as well. And as far as any Nationals against Aaron Nola, you can fire up Luis Garcia and then C.J. Abrams. I'm gonna lay off Wood until he hits again because he hasn't hit in a minute, like in over 5 games. But Luis Garcia and C.J. Abrams, you could take here. So Harper, Schwarber, if he plays, Edmund Sosa for the Phillies, Luis Garcia and C.J. Abrams here for this game. This should be a good game to target. Yeah, over 9.5 here. They're expecting. So, all right, moving on. Houston against Toronto. So we got Mike Burrows against Trey Yesavage, and Yesavage is another guy I don't really like betting against, to be honest. Yeah, he's only given up 5 home runs, 3.76 ERA. But Burrows has given up 18. So I don't mind taking Okamoto for this game. All right. And then Varsho. I think Varsho hit for the Blue Jays yesterday. That was his first one in a while. Yeah, let's take a look. This is a pretty high-scoring game. Yeah, it was Yainer Diaz I was thinking about for the Astros. I was right. Yeah, there's quite a few home runs in this game yesterday. Even Lou Perfido was a long shot. But Varsho went. So, yeah, I don't mind Varsho for the back-to-back against Burrows. How does Burrow splits look? Splits are pretty important to go by as well. Yeah, against lefties, he's 12 home runs. He gives up more home runs to lefties than he does righties here. So, yeah, go ahead and fire up Varsho for that back-to-back. If we could find him. Yeah, plus 490. I like Okamoto. And then anybody against Yesavage. Jordan, Alvarez. Yeah. I mean, if you got to take a long shot, low Perfido again. Plus 980. But I'm not betting them. We'll see. And then, I don't know. Yeah, I like Varsho and Okamoto more here. I don't like betting against Yesavage. So, I like Blue Jays here. And then, this game will be played in a dome, so nothing to worry about weather-wise for that game. All right. Milwaukee against Cincinnati. This is a big slate, so I'm happy I'm getting this video out early to y'all, so y'all can start listening and getting your bets placed for especially the first game at a little afternoon today. We got Milwaukee against Cincinnati here. We got Johan on the mound against Rhett Lauder. He's a righty. So this game will be played in Cincinnati at a Great American Ballpark. Plus 15 percentage for home runs, which is no shock there. Wind blowing out at 6 miles an hour. So we'll take a look. So Lauder's giving up 5. Johan's only giving up 4. So this isn't really a big game we're targeting for me. And honestly, I think I'll just skip it, to be honest. Yeah. I'll probably just skip this game. I mean, let's take a look at Johan. All right, yeah. The Reds haven't seen Drohan. And then what about Rhett Lauder? Yeah, I'm not gonna bet this game. I don't like it. So we'll just go ahead and skip it. Um, so this is the second game of the doubleheader. The Cubs against the Mets. You get Javier Assad against Sean Manaea. All right, so Pete Crow did go. I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw his name pop up before Dansby's. Yeah, Pete Crow did go. Let's see here. Yeah, Sean Manaea hasn't had. He's been pretty good this season. Let's take a look at his splits here. So he four home runs to righties and 2 to lefties. And the weather for the second game of the doubleheader actually looks better here. But wind blowing in, but nothing to worry about. But yeah, you could take Pete Crow, Armstrong, and then Bush and Happ, kind of like that first game of the doubleheader. And then, as far as anybody against Javier Assad, let's take a look at him. Javier Assad stats. Let's take a look. How many home runs has he given up on this season? So he's given up 6 home runs so far on this season. And his splits. So all 6 of his home runs he's given up to lefties. So, yeah, I even like Juan Soto in this game too. And then Benj as well. So, and this game won't be on here since, I mean, the first game of the doubleheader is not on here, so I doubt the second game will be unless I refresh it here. Yeah, it's still not. So that's who I like for the second game here. All right. I thought I skipped a game. No, I didn't. All right. Dodgers in Minnesota. Got Shohei Ohtani on the mound against Joe Ryan. So sometimes when Shohei's pitching, he'll usually hit a home run. So definitely like him against Joe Ryan here. I don't think Joe Ryan's actually given up that many home runs. He's been pretty decent. He's 8 home runs. So as far as anyone, yeah, against Joe Ryan, you can fire up Ohtani, Freeman. My 2 favorites here. Plus 225. Then Freeman. And then, when was the last time Ohtani's given up a home run? I think it's been a minute in one of his starts. Batting, pitching. Yeah, I can't find the last time. Here, let's look at pitching. So he last gave up a home run on the 10th against Pittsburgh. So as far as this game goes, I mean, you could go with Buxton. All right, I don't mind Clemens or Larnach if you want, but Caratini hit. You could do Caratini if you want. He hit yesterday. So Buxton. And then Clemens. I mentioned Larnach. And then Caratini would be a good long shot here. But I like Ohtani and Freeman the most from this game. If you decide to bet it. And then as far as weather goes in Minnesota, wind blowing out, 13 miles an hour. And then model percentage shows plus 1% here. You got Arizona against St. Louis for this next game. Mitch Bratt against Liberator. So both lefties on the mound here for this game. St. Louis Busch Stadium isn't a favorite stadium I like betting on. I was on Corbin Carroll yesterday, and unfortunately he didn't go. But Liberatore's given up 15 home runs on the season. He's pretty decent against the Diamondbacks. He hasn't seen Corbin Carroll, though. But Corbin Carroll's kind of... He hasn't hit now in like 6 games, so take that as you will as well. But to be honest, I'm probably not betting this game. Yeah, this is another game I'm not betting. So I'm laying off that one along with the Milwaukee and Cincinnati game here. There is games. There is games you don't have to bet players on. Just take that into consideration. All right, we got 2 more games on the slate here, and I'll get this video out to you guys. All right, so you guys come watch it and decide on who you want to place your bets on, and we'll make some money. All right, and I'll have my plays in the Discord as well, and that Discord link is in my description. It's linked on top of my channel page. If you wanna, you can join that way. All right, Kick It with Truck and Blue. We're both veterans. All right, so Truck is a Air Force veteran, and I'm a Marine veteran. All right, so Atlanta against San Diego. Martin Perez against JP Series for this next game. So as far as this game goes, God, is this game still being played? Wow. Yeah, it is. Is it going into extras? Let's take a look. Might be. Oh no, looks like it's finished now. So the Padres ended up winning. Okay. Olsen hasn't broken his dry spell here, so God, when's the last time that he went now? I mean, he was hot there for a while. You could bet him, but yeah, he hasn't hit. Wow, since the 12th. So it'll be 2 weeks on Friday since he's last hit. So maybe he can break that today in this matchup. But that's lefty. But Olsen can hit lefties. Gosh, as far as this game, I think Dubon hit today. Let's see. I thought I saw his name pop up here. Yeah. So I don't mind Dubon for the back-to-back. But I don't like anybody else for this game. Let's check out what his odds are. If they're going to be on here. Yeah, so you could shoot him a good single. I do like him. And then as far as anybody against Martin Perez for the Padres, you can fire up Machado. Who's got a home run against him? We're looking at Martin Perez. And then against the Padres. Yeah, Machado's got one against him, 7 for 20. So yeah, I like Machado here. And then Tatis went. I mean, you could go to bat and do the back-to-back with him. It's Tatis, Tatis, and then Machado. So Machado is probably my top pick overall for this game here. And then as far as the weather in San Diego, what's expected? Wind blowing from left to right. And then probably not too bad, 9 miles an hour. So might be a decent game, but not another top favorite. All right, so the last game here on the slate is Gage Jump against Tyler Mahle for the Giants. So this game's in Oracle Park. All right, again, not my favorite park to bet home runs, but Mahle's given up 11 on the season. Let's see here. Yeah, he was on the 15-day IL. So we'll see. He'll be trying to knock off some rust. So, I mean, you could fire up Langeliers for this game. Nick Kurtz. Maybe Soderstrom. Butler. But I'd go light because it is Oracle Park. The wind will be blowing out 14 miles an hour. But Shea's my top pick for the Athletics here. Shea Langeliers, Kurtz, he could play. I said Soderstrom. And then, I know I said Butler. I was Lawrence Butler as well. He could play a good single there. And then as far as anybody against Gage Jump, he's been pretty, he's 3-1. I mean, he's got a good ERA. He hasn't given up 30 innings. So almost 3 games, a little over 3 games. He hasn't given up any home runs. So, I guess if you do take anyone, I mean, you could take Schmidt or Adames or Chapman. Adames, Schmidt, or Chapman. But Shea's my overall top pick for this game here. All right, so my top picks overall for the slate so far. So it's going to be Schwarber. I know I probably can't select him, but because we don't know if he's going to play with that left hamstring tightness. But Schwarber, we'll select Harper. All right, he looks good against McCullers. And then Rhys Hoskins. If I can find it. He looks good against Eric Fed today. Rhys Hoskins. And then we'll go Dylan Dingler for the Tigers. If we can find him. Against Ryan Weathers. So Dylan Dingler, good odds there at plus 520. And then Caglione for Kansas City. If we can find Cags here. Yep, plus 440. So Bryce Harper, Rhys Hoskins, Dylan Dingler, and Jack Caglione and Kyle Schwarber round out my top 5 picks for today. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Like it. All right. Appreciate everybody. All right. We'll be in the Discord chatting it up. Feel free to join. Trying to get everybody to win as well as ourselves. So appreciate everybody listening, and y'all take it easy and have a great day. All right, let's get it.